managed to meet in a pretty late stage pool, so we should have some fireworks here.
Yeah, honestly, hopefully. Them getting such a low seed with having 2 players not for qualifiers, that was it's made this definitely an interesting tournament, to say the least. I mean, we had seed 1 go down to losers bracket. We've had some crazy... It reminds me of Osu World Cup 2022, I think it was, with Canada getting a really low seed.
Yeah, it's feel like someone's thrown a spanner in the works, but hey, it keeps things spicy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And ultimately, the performances have spoke for themselves. This is a semi-finals winners bracket matchup. I don't think there's any surprise to see that both these two teams have yet to lose with the lineups they've got. They're looking for a place in that winners bracket final. And that's really where you want to be with so many high seeds in the bottom, like not least of which, seed 1 is lurking around in that possibly later on in that winners bracket match. So it's a case of, you really don't want to end up in the losers bracket in this tournament with the way it's panned out.
Yeah, you go to losers bracket in the current state, you have to be terrified because you have the team of, Malashevsky, Avaxa, Miloj, and Echo just waiting for you, and they've been doing some scary things in that losers bracket so far. They've swept one team, lost 1 point to another team, but other than that, they've just been ripping through it, so whoever loses that, I think, will have to go against that at least some point soon, which is not the most ideal case scenario for either team, but, it's about, how they actually want to play today, and that's what I'm more interested in, because I don't really know what I can expect for this. I feel like I can put a guess out who I would expect to maybe win, but I don't think it'll be an easy battle for any side here.
No. The map pool is definitely reaching the point where, mechanics are starting to really come to the fore, but we are looking at consistency on some of these more aim-heavy picks and possibly these tapping-heavy picks, but with this pool having quite a few more tapping maps than maybe previous pools in Battle of the Box so far, that's going to only benefit, the Aussies here, you'd reckon, right? With their tapping roster in this matchup, they should probably have the edge against Yeongjin Gukbap. But again, it's just one of those matchups where we're going to be looking at like the odd miss here and there on some of these picks because the mechanics ceiling in this matchup is just crazy.
Yeah, I feel like you want to bring a skill cap team to anything. These two teams are probably going to be some of the best at it. I'm noticing one score on warm-up right now that's a bit...
What is that score from Box Up, by the way?
That's a 3-digit World Cup map.
Just casually, 8-star near FC with like 3 100s and a slider break. Okay. But that's just box things for you, I suppose.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Consistent and accuracy is always a bit terrifying. Knowing you have to go against that... Any other team, I think, would be scared, but then again, you've got players like Suyong, you've got FlyingTuna, Karcher, MX-10,000. I don't think they're going to be all that scared. I think they'll just play well here. So it'll be interesting.
It's going to be just the one warm-up, or I guess we're going to be getting stuck into the picks and bans. It looks like it. I'm seeing picks and bans getting thrown around in chat. Tech 3 going to be the first ban from Box there for Team Red, so that's a low approach rate hidden map gone again. Boo.
Boo.
Boo. But understandable.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this map played. Maybe it has been picked, but I'm not fully aware on that, which is a bit unfortunate because, I mean, it's good custom, don't get me wrong, but I think when you bring that low approach rate hidden to tech, not many people are going to be all that willing to play it.
See what the Korean team are going to be looking at here. I can only imagine they'll be looking at some of those tapping maps, especially seeing how Box is playing on those flying maps. Wouldn't be surprised to see one of those tapping maps get destroyed here.
Yeah, I have like 2 maps in mind that I feel like would be gone, and it'll be like that tap 3 I feel like you kind of have to get rid of, especially against a player like Box. But also that aim 1, because again, you're also against Mrekk if he is here, so... it's one of those ones that you do have to keep an eye out for them. So it's a bit picky trying to pick around a roster like Bum 2 where they've just got pretty much everything needed. But yeah, I feel like those tap picks you have to get rid of at least one, surely.
I'll be shocked if it's anything else, but I suppose we'll see because it can all come down to just the sort of maps that Yeongjin Gukbap just don't really want to play. It might just be a preference thing on some other sort of map in this pool. Some of the trickier maps, some of the gimmickier maps do go quite far into the gimmick. The precision pick that Assassin Princess Aim 2 is super small CS. Things like that. You know, maybe there's a preference there to just get rid of that too. Things like that. We'll see if they mix it up. They are definitely having to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what team was it that got rid of Aim 2 yesterday? I think it was, I can't remember, I think it was, I actually can't remember which team it was, but I do remember seeing it get rid of yesterday, but they're opting to get rid of the tech too. Now, that's not something I actually expected in the slightest. I thought that would be like the lowest choice ban.
I suppose it is the speedier of the tech maps. It's the DT, like 210 BPM sort of tech speed map, so it's not far off the tapping side. But not banning a raw tapping map is definitely interesting in this one. So they're going to have to challenge them on all 3 tapping picks here.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning, but there are still other maps in the pool that I definitely think will be favoured towards Yeongjin. I mean, Yeongjin, sorry, I can't pronounce the name, I apologise so much. But yeah, there are definitely maps I would favour towards them. I mean, I felt like that Aim 4 just fits right in their category. I don't know how to explain why, but I just feel like it will. So knowing they at least have got those few maps to go back and forth with, it'll be interesting. But yeah, leaving tapping open, I wonder if they're feeling confident on speed or just tapping in general today, because I feel like that'd be like the only case you'd leave it open.
Must be warm on it. Must be surely thinking they have a chance here on it. It's not like they don't have a tapping roster. Of course, Yeongjin Gukbap do. It's just, this is a matchup where you're against very consistent tapping players on Team Red. But it should be exciting to see how it goes. Me and you casted a match yesterday where the teams decided to just go crazy on all the tapping picks. This one might have like a chance to go even crazier than that, especially if they're properly warm.
Yeah, if all 4 players are warmed up and they go into that tap one, we saw that 3-way FC yesterday. There could be honestly a chance for it to be an accuracy battle on it instead of it being a 4-way FC, but only time will tell.
Yes, the question as well is also who is available for this one. Of course, it's 4-player teams, 2v2. I wonder if we have full rosters here. If Mrekk's around, then those tapping picks seem to be pretty spooky. But again, they have cover, even if he's not here, with Cloppit and Box. Should be able to cover any of those tapping picks. Gonna start off with Femod 3 though from Team Blue.
Yeah, this pick I'm not too surprised with, right? They've got players who are very comfortable on both Hidden and Hard Rock. This kind of map will fit them quite well. It's, you know, it's lower BPM 185, so tapping consistency, they're going to be, they excel at this. But when it comes to the pacing of the map as well, I feel like they'll be very confident. But the problem is I also think that the other side will be as well with Bunty Dum. I have just seen Mrekk, so we do know he is awake.
Oh, there he is, yeah.
Does add a bit more firepower behind an already scary team. So it'll be interesting to see who does get opted in for this, though.
Yeah, so as they form up their rosters, we chat about our lovely custom, our lovely original work here, Mesmerizer. It's a custom by Taikini, my boy. A great background by Antlion, the lovely style. Teto mentioned.
Teto mentioned an Miku tournament. Let's go!
Let's go!
We have both! I need to get Nero in here somewhere. We just like grand finals, and it's just one of the maps is triple backup. That's all you need. Boom, problem solved.
Straight up, you'll get your cameos going.
Yeah.
Can't be all Miku can't have all of the spotlight, just like 95% of it. I think that's a good ratio.
Yeah, I think that's reasonably fair. Give the other 2.5% to any other Vocaloids. Reasonably fair. I mean, with it being a very Miku-centric tournament, one player in the whole tournament, I think, is at least very happy with it would be Arnold, due to, you know, the Miku god right there. So it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how he continues going forward, because he did play well as well yesterday. But these players, I think they'll play exceptional. I feel like is an understatement somehow.
It's just one of those matchups where you just have to sit back and watch the fireworks happen. Matchups like this, they're just it's just awesome to see this caliber of player just clash on a map pool like this with so many cool little gimmicks in it too. And it's about to get started. Winners bracket semi-final between the Aussie team on Team Red versus a South Korean team on Team Blue. Let's see who's getting that winner's final place.
Woo-woo! Let's go! It does have a kick-off. I think we are getting, unfortunately, a smaller board, though, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, no.
That looks like an abort to me. We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what the ref says, but I imagine that's some sort of tech issue on Boxer's side. We'll get that restarted.
Yeah, unfortunate. I think a small issue right at the start. Is what it is. Sometimes it happens. It's fine. We'll restart it. It's all good. We'll do another start, just another whatever.
Round 2. Bring it back. Bring it back. Got a little bit of a quick look at the start of the map there. And Rafi's skinning Gamma. Well, man needs Gamma to play AR10. Man.
I feel that. I feel that.
I feel it too. I do it too. No judging.
It's like okay, it's AR10. Like, bro, 1.1 at least. Let me have.
All right, here we go. Round 2. It's tech mechanics, I guess, for the most part. And a quick word about the map itself. Mechanics, techie flow aim style here. Should be quite close between these two. Very competitive with the setup and the mods as well.
Yeah. Oh, the restart is a bit unfortunate though, because you do have Karcher now finding a very early miss, but the map's on the longer end and it has been traded. Oh, everyone's got the full combos gone immediately. I mean, this map is brutal, but I wasn't expecting misses so early in. But consider that it's, you know, relatively equalized, shouldn't really cause a problem for either side. With the miss coming earlier from Karcher though, they do have that chance to build a bit of extra combo on top of it. Have that score gain as well. Does get them that 15k advantage early in, but it is going to be, you know, that mid-section especially that I'm worried for, where I expect combos to break, but with, you know, players of this caliber, I wouldn't be too shocked if, you know, those breaks don't happen. But we do see another miss coming in from Karcher right at the start of the Ki, which is going to be a bit unfortunate for side. Another miss as well. That score lead declining and does start to shift over to the other side.
Yeah, relatively early breaks there from Karcher. Going to be catching him out on that hidden hard rock. The mod advantage not going to be lurking there, unfortunately, with those misses. But FlyingTuna still holding the fort well with that pure hidden. Just waiting for anything to drop on the side of the Aussies, though.
Yeah, they had those early misses, but they don't seem to be faltering anymore. The hidden hard rock may be looking like a bit of an unfortunate choice, but I do believe there is definitely going to be a chance for them to bring that score back, especially with FlyingTuna still on the combo, but both Secret Box and Mrekk are holding on as well. But Tuna's accuracy isn't matched. I mean, the closest player is Mrekk, but 0.4% accuracy behind. So, individual performance right now, you have to put, you know, FlyingTuna as the star player right now. But unfortunately for their side, it is going to be Team Red right now taking the lead on this first pick, with it being a possible break point if no more breaks happen during this last quarter.
Yeah, 200k at this point. They're going to need both players to break. It looks like Box actually broke right at the start of the map. He's on an A rank, but it's as close as makes no difference to a full combo for him. 99% for FlyingTuna though goes so hard. There's the break from him though. No.
I was gonna mention, I think it was everyone had a break at the start, but FlyingTuna and Mrekk both slider broke, but unfortunately it is another miss coming in from Tuna there as well, which is going to make it a bit unfortunate for that score difference, as it is just accelerating further and further past that 500k difference mark. And it is so unfortunate to see. Such good scores though across the board, but unfortunately it's enough. And they do finally break at the ending, but it's just too late.
Man, no FCs here, but still, that's 800k's a piece for Box and Mrekk on that. That's a crazy team score on that. Brilliant run. A great run as well from FlyingTuna, though, to combat it. But that was just a shutdown on that pick.
Getting hit with a double 800k, really, what can you do? Because you have to keep up against, you know, 1200 combos. That is... I say it all the time, but expecting to have to do something like that every map pick, especially on your own pick, it ain't a good feeling. It ain't a good feeling whatsoever, but, you know, it is a break point, and it is going to go straight towards the Team Red, the Team Australia, for that first pick on the board. And now their choice to get another pick and maybe, you know, get another point on the board to consolidate it.
Yeah, they got plenty of choice. They got the whole pool to peruse pretty much for their first pick to try and open up strongly here. All the tapping picks are open. There's definitely a choice here. And if they've got a full squad, they'll definitely be looking at those tapping picks. If not now, later on, if they need to swing momentum, you'd think. We'll see where they go.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to be a bit biased, but I'm kind of leaning towards that tap 3 coming out, because I know that Secret Box can pull out, honestly, a wonder on a map like that. So I'm kind of hoping to see it. But then again, with the roster that they have, they can really pull out a wonder on just anything. especially something like the tap 3, tap 2, hell, even the tap 1, and that is what they're going to be opting in for.
Bringing out the content, which can be out here double timing Ascension to Heaven real quick. Hold my beer. There it is.
This map, man. DTing this, yeah. This is one of those ones where I feel like you chug a Red Bull and you just go crazy, because it's like the 300 BPM, it ain't easy. Even with the current advancements we have in keyboards with Rapid Trigger, it don't make 300 BPM easy, but for these players, some of them it will find light work, but it is making sure you don't accidentally mash, because you will find slider breaks right at the end of those bursts if you're not careful. We saw it happen once, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, because I do kind of want to see that 4-way FC on this map.
You need to be warm to really combo this. Yeah, with those bus sliders, as you mentioned, it's so easy to over mash and just break a slider in some silly way. We'll see how warm the players are. I imagine Yeongjin Gukbap should be prepared for tapping going into this if they chose not to ban any of the pure tapping picks. And looks like they're all in there getting a little bit of warm up beforehand. I imagine they should be ready for this, and if it's anything like what we saw yesterday, it could potentially just be a consistency war, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, I think a map like this be a consistency battle is honestly just it just showcases the level these players are at now, and it's actually kind of insane to think about, because you could put this map just a few years ago and people look at it and like, why is this here? This doesn't work. No one plays 300. Nowadays, this to some people is low BPM, and that I never understand. But you know, times have changed, and for the side of Team Red, you're going to be seeing Cloppit and Mrekk be brought in. I'm not too surprised with that. I know Cloppit is very confident on maps like these, so is, of course, Mrekk. And on the side of, you know, Team Blue, you have got Karcher and FlyingTuna, who are also both pretty confident in stuff like this. So it'll be interesting to see if it does become an accuracy battle there.
Let's see. Someone in the chat was mentioning tournament PP farm. Well, we'll see. We'll see if that comes to fruition. On score v2, but you know. We'll see if we can see any FCs here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a few from the likes of Karcher, Alfu, I mean, Lexus as well, but adding more to that, you know, that list of people to full combo this in this round alone. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, this early section, it's not too bad, especially compared to the later half of the map. You do have pretty chill bursts that aren't gonna, you know, do too much, but some of them are a bit longer. But again, your stamina reserve, it's basically full at this point. You ain't got to worry too much. And that first bit being over already, no major breaks. But the tapping, you'll definitely have started to feel it by now.
Yeah, that part really. Just going to get them primed for this second half where the streams get more intense. Accuracy is down on really any player, but that's just because the OD on this is so high. OD 10.1 after DT is applied. It's not really any surprise to see 96s, 97s. That 97 is actually pretty damn good from Karcher.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Oh, Mrekk, I think, finding a break before the second section even started, but it is traded out by FlyingTuna pretty much immediately after. So now it is a battle of that top row, Cloppit versus Karcher. The high accuracy is going head-to-head, but Cloppit took the accuracy advantage, but that score advantage is still sitting 60k in advantage for the side of Team Blue, but it is starting to shift now with that miss from FlyingTuna towards the ending. It's closing, but it will be closing fast enough, especially with a miss there coming in from Karcher, and the only one to survive the ending being Cloppit this time around.
Cloppit coming in clutch on his signature move there, the speed DT. Great FC there from Cloppit. Karcher put up a great fight though, great run from him, but unfortunately just a slider break there. Ditto for FlyingTuna. Not much in it, again, when you look at the miscounts. But consistency is key, and Cloppit had it.
Yeah, I mean, you put Cloppit on DT, and he'll just make things work. It's just something that he's always been really good at, and especially in the past year, gotten so much better at. So I'm not too shocked with an insane score there from Cloppit coming in. A bit unfortunate for that ending slider break from Karcher, though, and same with Tuna. Those two slider breaks are just very unfortunate for their side. They could have had it. They could have brought the breakpoint back to their side, but unfortunately, yeah, that map does drain quite a bit of stamina, especially that second half is so much more intense. Even if the aim doesn't go crazy, the control you actually need to have with 300 BPM to not find breaks like that is definitely going to put a dent in that stamina reserve.
Man, I was not expecting Karcher to be the one to be hard carrying that for Team Blue. That was a very valiant effort from him. I bet FlyingTuna will be kicking himself a little bit for that slider break, but that's the way this map goes. Those buzz sliders, it's so easy to just overmash a little bit. It's fine margins when you're dealing with 300 BPM and buzz slider heavy maps like that.
Yeah, I mean, I apparently I might not be, as locked in as I thought I was when it came to these rosters. I was not aware of Karcher's ability to play 300 that comfortably, but you know what? I'm impressed. I know Karcher as being someone who's very good, especially when it comes to those mid BPMs, but 300 was not the expectation I had there, but still a very, very solid score coming in from them.
Yeah. Team Blue with the next pick then. They opened up with that free mod 3. We'll see where they go now. They have plenty of room to maneuver. There's still one more tech map left. It's the Tiebreaker 2 Electric Boogaloo Quantum Entanglement, very long slider tech map. They are going to go into the aim pool. Aim 3 is where we're going.
Yeah, hidden flow aim from what I remember this map. We've seen some crazy scores on this as well. I mean, especially coming in from Arnold, but this is one of those maps where it is so easy to just over-aim slightly and just find yourself in note lock for a lot of those streams because it's a comfortable BPM, but the spacing of these streams can definitely feel a bit awkward, especially at 160 BPM. And that hidden on top of it will definitely make it a lot easier to note lock, so it's just kind of hoping you don't find yourself in that case scenario, but you can definitely build some incredible scores on a map like this.
Yeah, the AR's high enough, and I guess it's flow aim heavy to the point where it's a pretty comfortable one to read. It's just more about execution, which I suppose is why it's specified as more of an aim map here. One of our customs, of course, mapped by Yui Yamu, and a great background by Evil Scene. Thank you for your work. And personally, this is actually one of my favourite maps to play in the pool for myself. I love hidden flow aim like this. It's just really satisfying to play, and this map has plenty of those in it.
It's why I wish I had the finger control for a BPM like this, because honestly, it looks like it'd be so fun, but I don't think I'd be able to play it at 160. 175, and I think you'd never find me a day without playing a map like this, because it is just such a vibe. It's such a vibe as well.
I guess 160 is kind of an awkward BPM. Yeah, I think 170 to 180 it's a comfort range for a lot of players. You go a little bit slower than that, and you're having to like sort of rein yourself in a little bit.
Yeah.
From on the tapping side, I get you.
Have to like consciously think, tap now, then now, instead of just going, yeah, no, I can just wing it. That'll be fine. But there's just the calibers of finger control for some players. It ain't a skill I've got, but it's a skill that these 4 players will definitely have, and a few others do as well. I'm jealous. Let me steal it, please. I want to steal that finger control.
Share it is caring. There's plenty around for all of us.
Yeah, please. I need it.
A secret boxer back in on the flow aim. On hidden, higher AR hidden stuff, he has been a menace in tournaments, and no surprise to see him back in for a map like this.
Yeah, I mean, solo play, tournament play, just genuinely a demon when it comes to it. Especially flow aim, you add the hidden on top, and you've put that man in just his perfect comfort range. An unfortunate early miss coming in from Karcher I've just seen, but it's fine early enough, and it's a relatively longer map. You do have 3 minutes to rebuild that score, and again, we do expect to see those misses come in, and especially, unfortunately, right there, did see that coming in from Mrekk there. A few misses, a chain miss, I think it was, on the flow aim stream. One of the things I was saying would catch you out possibly is just maybe a small over aim that calls you in that low lock, and it does just happen on a map like this. Especially with how many patterns there are, it's probably going to happen at least once.
Into the first real key eye here. Some of those sharp angles coming out, as well as all those flow aim patterns, and at the moment, basically dead even, more or less. Mrekk recovering nicely. Down to 97, but I think it was just early drops from him. He seems to have consolidated that a little bit now.
Yeah, got that bit of recovery going for them. The score lead does keep flickering. It can't really decide where it wants to go, because you have 99.86% accuracy on Secret Box, 99 coming in from Tuna, and then, the scores coming from Mrekk and Karcher on the recovery. Mrekk actually did find another break there, unfortunately, just before the halfway point, which is going to keep moving that score over to the side of Team Blue. Looking like it's been a solid pick so far, and especially with the recovery coming in from Karcher as well, just 100 combo-ish behind, and definitely now starting to pretty much excel at a map like this.
I guess this part's a bit more comboable than the sections we've had, so it's a good time to try and make that multiplier work for you. A few hundreds dropped there from Karcher, but they are in a really good spot as we get past the halfway point now.
Yeah, I mean, that 100k, score favor to them right now is going to be, quite a comfortable seat to be in. But, when there is still a player on the enemy team holding an FC with just insane accuracy of 99.75, you're still never going to be in that safe seat because one break and that score lead can start to falter. But closing into that last quarter, and the break does come in from Secret Box. No, not with that accuracy. That is so unfortunate. The major score's gone, and now it is on Tuna and FlyingTuna and Karcher. Tuna still holding on to that full combo, I believe.
Yeah, that is still a full combo, I'm pretty sure. Karcher on that reverse choke, the classic. Trying to mimic what Box did earlier on that 3-mod 3. And so far, it looks like it might be locked in. Decisive win here from Yeongjin Gukbap to get themselves on the board. Exactly what they needed to.
Oh, Karcher, not Karcher, sorry, Tuna, no!
No FCs allowed.
No FCs allowed. But we do get the reverse choke from Karcher. It's close enough to being a full combo. We might as well count it. We might as well. They're both phenomenal scores on their side. Like, it's just a reverse choke slide, a break from Karcher, and a fortunate 2-miss right at the end from FlyingTuna with an exact 2-miss of 99% accuracy on the dot. Just phenomenal work. And of course, the one slider break coming from Secret Box, 99.47% accuracy. 6 100s and 250s is just crazy work on a map like that.
He's doing the business Box on a map like this again. But it was team diff this time. Great team performance from Yeongjin Gukbap. Mrekk with a couple breaks there, just not able to quite match the consistency on this one. But tap 2 very quickly picked here from the Osses. So more speed abuse on the way, it seems.
Yeah, opting in to straight up 260 VPM bursts in streams with a few linear patterns in between to connect them, but the map that gets harder as it goes on. Towards the later half, I believe it is getting more and more spaced, but it's a short map. You don't have to worry about it too much. Your stamina reserve isn't going to be completely disintegrated on a map like this. It is only 1 minute 53, but it is still a bit insane to go into.
It is. The stamina on this is intense enough that it should be pushing the players on Team Blue, I reckon. But at 260, if they're warm, maybe not. It's only 2 minutes. It's really short. And the aim style of this is pretty smooth. Feels pretty smooth to play, although some of the streams do get quite spaced, especially in the last third or so. So the aim component is there as well.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be there. Hoping that the players don't find a small bit there on a small bit like that, but you know what? It is just going to be how they feel on this map in this very moment. Map's, relatively difficult. It is, I've said it before, this map is one of the few, if not only map, that I would actually argue the star rating feels accurate for, because, it's not crazy, in the sense of, your average 8-star map that, you have. I mean, some of them in this map pool do feel like there should be 8 stars. That aim 1 in particular should be 8 stars in my opinion, but, it's not also, easy that's, the low 7 stars. So this map, I feel like, fitting quite well.
Yeah, it's about right, I think. It's about right. I guess after playing that 300 BPM speed map earlier, playing Ascension to Heaven DT, going into 260, might not be too bad, but hey, we'll see how the longer streams play out here. Cloppit back in the lobby after FCing Ascension to Heaven DT earlier. The tournament map, earlier on this game. And we'll see if he can do it again.
Yeah, I mean, must be feeling pretty confident on the tapping. A player that, I do know is also overall just confident on tapping, but definitely feeling it today if they're being brought in for all the tapping maps, and especially after a full combo on tap 1, you have to just bring them back in, right? Having that security of someone who is, going to put out the top score on tap 1, slap them into tap 2, because it's a bit easier when it comes to the pure speed of things, but the stamina, I would argue, maybe slightly a bit more draining on a map like this, because it is just going to keep going and going. You do see the early misses coming in from Karcher, but we've seen it before with the recoveries later in, but it is a shorter map. I mean, that's a miss now, basically at the quarter point. You do have to be a bit careful with something like that.
When you're up against a team like they have on Team Red, it's going to be scary on a map like this. We'll see if they do find any slips, though, because these aim patterns and these little wiggly streams can catch you out. It's possible. They're going to need it for a comeback.
Yeah, but they hold on. It is just that recovery combo, but a small bit of the aim section is what causes Secret Box to go down, the combo being broken. It is now one full combo versus one full combo and a recovery from Karcher. This is kind of a scary boat to be in, especially coming towards that last third of the map. And that recovery is just going so nicely for Karcher. 650 combo, but they're still 20k disadvantage, but that will start to move quite quickly towards this ending as it is pretty dense.
Yeah, the spacing comes out here, though. Gets pretty difficult. Yeongjin Gukbap takes the lead, but can they hold on to it through this ending? That's going to be the question.
Can they hold? It's looking super stressful at this point. Karcher finds the break, but it is traded immediately after. It is now just Tuna versus Cloppit. And unfortunately, a miss coming in for Karcher. Wait, Tuna misses right at the end. Wait, hold on. Cloppit traded it out, but it went back and over. And it's back over to Team Blue. That swapped so quickly on both sides. Oh my god.
That switched sides like 2 times within the last set of a few seconds there. FlyingTuna dropping a stream and then Cloppit dropping a stream straight afterwards. Yeah.
I saw Cloppit on such a nasty score that I was scared to mention it because I didn't want to curse it, because I saw Cloppit holding a double S for almost the entirety of that map, just until the last few moments. That is so unfortunate, but it does get that second point on the board for Team Blue and a break point back to their side.
Insane ending, but that ending is so hard.
that ending's brutal, man.
That was crazy. But hey, it's 2-2 from 2-0 down. Yeongjin Gukbap are back up. Level terms here. And our seed 9, who, well, last round they went 6-1 against the seed number 1. Yeongjin Gukbap take 2 points off them so far, so already doing better than the seed 1 did against this team. How far can they take it, though?
Good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that is the real question, is how far can it really go? Because, you know, at some point, I feel like, you know, Team Red are gonna start to really get into the zone, and that's the point where it feels like a point of no return. You get a bit scared because they'll stop missing, but you also have that capabilities on Team Blue, so they honestly could take this the whole way. I think it will just depend on what map picks they opt into on both sides and just how they're feeling on it. But there's still so much variety remaining. I mean, you've got the free mod 2, which is hell on earth with basically everything that you could make difficult dialed up to 11. You have the free mod 1 that has, you know, a lot of mechanics in it, a lot of raw aim, and a lot of jump scare streams coming out of nowhere. The tech picks, the alt maps, the raw aim. You've still got so much variety remaining.
Yeah, it's really sort of pick your flavor of the moment right now for Yeongjin Gukbap. We'll see what they're feeling. I mean, they've picked 2 relatively techy-ish maps. I mean, one's been like an ult map, and the other one was sort of a tech mechanics map. So if they want to keep going with that, they have plenty of tech on the board, including the remaining tech slot map left. But also, yeah, as you mentioned, there's raw aim sitting around that they could go into. There's Uber Precision as well, Assassin Princess, very small CSA map on Hard Rock. Veronica is another Hard Rock map as well, which could suit players like Karcher. Female 2 is the option, it looks like. So we're going into some spicy anti-mod then. I'm up for this.
I'm always happy to see a map like this because it may seem slow, but trust me, it has to be because of the difficulty that this map brings. You want to pick either mod, and it's not going to be a good time. Because you want to pick Hidden, you can see it. You're playing AR11. You want to play Hard Rock, you're playing AR 9.8. That's okay. But you're playing CS 7.8, which is not okay. So, you know, mix that with a bit of a longer map as well, and you're going to have a few struggles to be found.
Yeah, this map is just really hard. Like, it's just super hard. It's extreme anti-mod with those weird settings. It's also long, as you mentioned. It's also incredibly slow and awkward. So on Hidden, you need so much patience to be able to parse your way through the aim patterns this has. Because the AR7, it's odd. AR8, a lot of these players are used to, but AR7 just feels so different. And that Uber Precision is just crazy on the mechanics. With it being also 4 minutes of it too. So we've seen some very good players have quite a few struggles with this.
Yeah, I mean, this becomes a battle of micro combos. We've seen scores happen where, you know, people are averaging quite a few 300 combos, and that is genuinely super impressive to be able to pull out on something like this. But I should mention, it of course is going to be another custom coming in from Morrigan. A very, very fun map to at least watch, and you know what, even playing it has to be fun to some extent because it is just so unique. And of course, you gotta shout out such a phenomenal background artist, of course, the amazing Zooinator for doing the background.
Cheers, Zooty. It's time for some small CS. Or the slowest circles you've ever seen in your life. One of the two. Sooyoung joining in for Yeongjin Gukbap. Taking the hard rock.
Yeah, seeing Secret Box opt in for the hard rock as well, and then Mrekk opt in for the hidden. Feeling a bit comfortable on that low hidden approach rate. Yeah, I mean, as you were mentioning, yeah, it also must feel really weird as a tournament player playing something like AR7 because, you know, you get used to your free mods being something like AR8, your hidden 2s being AR8, or at least, you know, relatively close to that area. So AR7, it only now dawns on me how much slower it actually must feel.
Awkward shapes and this symmetry. And the hidden players go down in sync there, Mrekk and FlyingTuna.
Yeah, both unfortunately go down, but the Hard Rock players are holding strong right now. But Sooyoung does unfortunately also go down, but it has not been traded by the side of Secret Box. Still holding on to the combo. 270 combo and building, 97% accuracy, which is honestly really good for a map like this. But he is just going to keep holding, which is honestly going to be very concerning for the other side, because the longer that combo goes on, the harder and harder that score will be to, you know, try and topple over, because building long combos like this is such a challenge. And I think this might be one of the biggest combos we've seen on this map so far, crossing that 400, and that score lead is going to keep moving. It's 35k difference, which for many other maps, I would say is very, very quick to be able to be overtaken. On a map like this, it very much isn't, but when you have a player crossing near the 500 combo mark, what are you supposed to do? You have phenomenal recoveries coming in from the other side as well. Tuna as well, coming close to 400 combo. Sooyoung unfortunately breaking, but did bring Box down with him.
Alright, it's a hidden moment. It's the two hidden players with combo, but it's the hard part next. 40k, that can close in a flash. There's a lot of multiplier on both sides for this one. And there goes Mrekk. It's FlyingTuna now to try and carry this one.
Yeah, it is on Tuna to try and close that score gap, now matching that 500 combo, which is actually insane. I was saying about, you know, bringing in 300 combo on a map like this is kind of insane, but now this is just another level. The score lead is closing so quickly, but another miss from Sooyoung is going to delay it a small bit, but Tuna's holding on still. 600 combo. What is this comfort on AR7? What do we mean? Hello?
I mean, there's a few hundreds dropping here and there. It's a bit spooky, but he's still holding through. This is a crazy run here from Tuna on this hidden. This map is so hard on hidden. This eclipses every other hidden score I think we've seen on this so far. I could be correct, could be wrong, but this has to be up there.
No, this has to be the top score. There's no way. I like the amount of times I've seen this map, and I've seen people struggle for the 300 combo, even at the high, like very, very high level players that these people are. I don't think I've seen people cross 500 other than Box, but crossing 780 combo. Hello? This is just not. This is not fair.
It's not okie dokie. But Mrekk broke on the slow part, so it's just Box here for Team Red. But 400 combo is a lot of combo, and that score lead is still pretty close. Hard part to go. Tuna! Oh, he hit that so early. Oh my god. And all of a sudden, Box now. Dude, he has a chance here.
He does have that chance to close that 30k, but he's gonna have to pull on a miracle for this. But if there's a player that you trust to do it, I think Box would be one of them. And you do have those recovery combos coming in, but unfortunately that miss there does come in, and Sooyoung was just behind him as well. What are these players doing on this map? I don't understand. We went from having people, like, having, I think, the highest combo being, like, 370. And now we're seeing a 550 on the hard rock from Secret Box and 833 with a 1 miss from FlyingTuna.
Every single player in this lobby has single-digit misses. You just have to applaud that for this. Just golf claps all around. But those are crazy scores from the top row. Both of them just going crazy on their respective mods. FlyingTuna comboed the entire of that ending as well after that break. And that's crazy in and of itself.
Nuts. That's nuts. I'd make the argument that all 4 players just took the top 4 individual scores on that map. Because all of them had a 400 combo, or at least very, very close to. Which is nuts. It's just... Yeah, okay, man. This was looking scary at the start for Team Blue, right? They lost the first 2 maps, but they've really started to claw it back now. They got their flow back, they found their footing, and they've took the next 3 maps, but it is now time for Team Red to try and bring it back with the pick of Roland Girl, another custom, which is always nice to see. The custom map being made by, of course, Shark, and the background being done by, I can't remember, or let's see, oh no.
I gotcha. The background is by Celestial. I don't think it's in the description. They really should add that. But Celestial made the background for this one. Really cute.
Another phenomenal background.
You know what else is cute? Baby seals. Like that difficulty name. Do approve of that. Shark being very well known for streams. Plenty of those in this as well, but also lots of linear aim. So it's a bit of a sort of mixed mechanics map. On pretty low approach rate. AR 9.2. It's pretty dense on the hidden.
Yeah, I mean, this map, it has a lot of that aim, but yeah, as you're mentioning, with Shark being especially a very well-known stream mapper, you do have those streams in it here, and they do kind of jump scare you. I think Gammy kind of put it best with the streams kind of feel like they come out of nowhere, but they don't feel wrong. They feel like, you know, they make sense, but you don't really expect them when you're listening to the song. And that's the best way I can describe it, but it does still work, and it works really well, and we've seen some good scores on this, but with what I've seen so far of these players, I think you can expect another level of insanity coming out.
Let's see. It's the Aussies pick. Yeongjin Gukbap taking 3 points off them. It's the first time that Team Red have actually lost more than 2 points in a single game, so they are being pushed harder than they have so far in this tournament already. And the early break from Mrekk is going to set them back a little bit further here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you call a true contender for the top. Oh, that's another unfortunate miss coming in from Vox. I didn't even realize it then. That is a bit unfortunate, the miss coming in from the hard rock. But both of them now going to be sitting behind on that combo by just a bit. But Karcher does at least trade out one of those misses a bit of a 100-ish combo later. But it is still Tuna to hold on to that full combo through this intro.
Yeah, after that AR7 warm-up, FlyingTuna is ready to read some density. This is going to feel like AR10 to him right now. And so far, he is leading the charge here for the South Koreans.
Still holding on to some disgustingly strong, actually the strongest action in the lobby as well, 99.5. Holding on to that full combo, spearheading their score lead right now. As you get into this, I think the first KO, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if we had one before. But the challenge is going to be there. Good bit of aim to come in, and a few streams are definitely going to be littered in, especially towards the later half. But we do see another miss coming in from a Secret Box. That score lead is going to continue to build for the side of Gukbap.
Right at the end of that Ki as well. So yeah, box resets. Mrekk on that hidden has settled down very nicely though, and he's threatening. Karcher breaks, so it is a 1v1 on the hiddens here. FlyingTuna with the lead with that FC, but Mrekk not far behind him.
Yeah, they are going head-to-head for this, and their accuracy is basically identical, just 0.3 difference as points, 0.1 now, I think. But it is just those combos on that top row right now that is getting reset constantly. I mean, the hard rock on this is pretty difficult. The aim requirements and just, you know, the consistency requirements throughout this whole map, it does really put a test to it. But right now, you are seeing a consistency battle of the ages on the bottom row. Both of them still holding on to disgusting combos. Tuna crossing over the 1,000 combo mark. Mrekk soon to cross over it as well. But Secret Box finding another unfortunate miss as well, which is not going to be ideal for that score, as it is still 75k difference between them, and Karcher is starting to recover completely.
Yeah, now it really is here with Yeongjin Gukbap. This map doesn't really lay up in intensity at all. It's very consistent on that aim difficulty, but it's not phasing these hidden players at all. But the score difference now, we're near the end. 90k is quite a lot. Not much to go now before we can take another break point here for Team Blue.
This is an insane battle between these two. Both of them holding on for so long. Just the reverse choke from Mrekk, and I don't want to jinx on the last moment, but the full combo coming in from FlyingTuna on the hidden.
So sick. So sick.
It's a true full combo as well. Oh my god.
That's nuts. Mrekk, though, with the reverse choke, that's a nuts score for him as well. On that AR 9.2. But the consistency from Tuna, another great score on the hidden on that free mod. And all of a sudden, Yeongjin Gukbap, 2 points up. They were 2-0 down, but now they're 4-2 up here, Torva. They got the next pick in tow. Sky's the limit for these guys right now.
Yeah, they have completely flipped this around. It was looking scary at the start for them, but they really dialed in. And with it being their pick, they could just continue this momentum just to bring them to that match point. But it is going to depend on that next pick. And I'm really looking at that aim 4 right now. That aim 4, I feel like you give that to Karcher and Tuna, and they will just pull out a miracle on it. So I'm feeling like that might be their pick, but they have still got a good option on the board. You know, they can still pick into the Tech 1. It's still a very solid option for them. Maybe even aim 1 if they're feeling comfortable on the aim. It just really does depend, and I'm really intrigued to see what they go into, because Team Red right now are really going to need to start, you know, fully dialing in, fully locking in if they want to start to claw this back again, just like Team Blue did just for this match.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the remaining tech map pick, though, to be honest. They have been picking into the more control side of this pool with all of their picks so far, so wouldn't be surprised to see that one come out here. But yeah, I do agree that I think either of those hard picks in the aim pool, right, either Assassin's Princess or Veronica, could be good for them. Could see Sooyoung come back in for that as well, possibly. But really, I'd love to see a fight on Quantum Entanglement here. But no, they're going to make us wait for that. It is going to be a name pick they're going for.
Yeah, picking into the Assassin Princess. CS 7.5, I believe, very close to the Fremont 2's Hard Rock, and we did see some crazy scores coming in from that. Another precision map, and I do believe another custom as well, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, yeah. It is. I think all of the A maps are custom in this one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See? Look at that. We've got a genius. I can't figure that out half the time.
I think this pool is mostly custom, which is crazy.
Yeah.
They've been going ham with the original work this tournament.
Honestly, they have been, and it's been such a blessing to see, because they've all been so good as well. And especially those backgrounds. I mean, every background, I want to say they one-up each other, but they kind of don't, because they are all just such good pieces that I feel like one-upping the other is just going to be impossible. But this background, I believe, is done by... I'm so sorry if I mispronounced this name, because, again, I don't know how to pronounce usernames. Reikochi?
Reikochi.
Yeah. Phenomenal background work. I actually really like this background. I would willingly make this my desktop background.
It is really cool. Mapped by a night parrot. With a lovely description, actually. The description is cinema for this map.
Hold on, I need to take a read of this.
Yeah. We love precision. Well, okay, I don't, but maybe some of these players do. This is really small CS. It's like CS 7.5. Hard Rock. And of course, AR10 OD10.
Something you'd expect from a crazy Hard Rock 2, but that's not how it works for this tournament. It is the Aim 2 instead, and a very, very phenomenal map. I'm intrigued to see how this battle goes, because we did see, especially on that free mod 2, we saw some crazy Hard Rock battles coming out, and we're seeing, you know, a possibility for that to happen again. We're seeing Secret Box and Mrekk being brought in, but of course we're also seeing Sooyoung and Karcher being brought in as well. And Sooyoung did pull out some good Hard Rock scores on that free mod 2, but you know, a Secret Box is also really good at something like this, so it's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but we do see those early breaks. Mrekk to be the only one not breaking on the immediate intro.
Mrekk has been really spooky on Uber Precision on tournament when called upon, so could be a big threat here, as he is on most maps, really. The end of this map, I should probably mention beforehand, is really hard. Like, the very, very end. So if you have combos going into, like, the last, like, fifth of the map, then get yourselves ready, I suppose.
It's like one of the only points of the map you can truly bank on someone finding a break.
Yep.
Because if someone holds through that, you'd be honestly bewildered. We do see Mrekk finally breaking that full combo, but Secretbox has built up the recovery to just keep the support going, to keep their team score just in the lead as much as they can, as they do have that 30k lead, but Karcher is just ahead of Secretbox on that combo game. Suyong just narrowly behind, but that accuracy game, Secretbox is just standing above the rest. Honestly, almost unsurprisingly so, with that 99.07 right now.
Yeah, Box is just chilling. No problems at all so far for him, but with this sort of extreme precision, it's easy to break on even the most unassuming of pattern. But the longer he goes, the better it's going to be for the Aussie team. Nice recoveries, though, on the side of Yeongjin Gukbap, though, from both of their players. As I say, that Karcher breaks, so... And Suyong breaks as well! Oh, dear.
Oh no, they've both gone down, and they didn't get to take Secretbox with them. As getting past the halfway point, still on a 540 combo and building. Mrekk also on an insane recovery of 380 combo and building. That score lead is just going to keep moving and moving further in that direction. 134k, and I'm expecting that to get a bit larger towards the ending if those breaks aren't to be found.
Yeah, there's really nothing to combat this at the moment. That part's one of the more comboable parts in the map, relatively speaking, but they got so much insurance. Both Mrekk and Box with great combo, 300k and rising, and it's looking pretty dire. The resets just keep happening here for the South Koreans.
Yeah, and the score I'm seeing right now from the Aussies is looking a bit terrifying. Even on the linear patterns, Mrekk succumbing to the slider of all things, but Secretbox does not fall in the same way. Still, it's 785 combo on this. Yeah, okay.
Mate,
I think they've locked in. I think they've locked in.
Does he hit this ending, though? That's what I want to know. Does he hit this ending?
Come on.
Surely not, right?
For the crowd, no!
Oh, come on. He didn't even break on the hard part.
He missed that. Now, watch the ending now. He's got no nerves to the ending, so he's just going to hit it, surely.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
buddy. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
okay.
Just
actually, everyone. You know what? Everyone hit that ending, actually. Maybe I'm just washed, but maybe these guys are just really good.
No, because that
Box.
is hard to hit. That is hard to hit. But they're
madness.
apparently just otherworldly. A 2 miss as well coming in from Mrekk. 3 miss from Secretbox. Yeah, those miscounts. I don't think there's competition for those miscounts.
Nah. Those miscounts from Box and Mrekk were insane. That run from Secretbox was just titanic. Massive, dominating pick on Yeongjin Gukbap's pick as well. So momentum really swinging hard now. Could potentially tie up the series with this aim 4 they've just picked.
Yeah, going down the avenue that I thought, Yeongjin Gukbap would go for, right? I thought they'd opt in for, all these hard rock picks because they were looking very, very confident on it. But after that aim 2, it seems that hard rock is dialed in for the side of, the Aussies. They're looking to just go, yeah, screw it. Yeah, let's go aim 4. We know that, your team can definitely bring out a good score on it, but we're confident on it. We'll go into it anyway. Let's see how you really do on it. And I feel like that's just something they want to go into, and they have, and it's something that on paper I would have given to the Koreans, but again, if they're feeling confident, it might just go the other way.
So anything you can do, I can do better, they're saying. You give them a staring contest on this custom, of course. Veronica, mapped by Sour Mongoose. The lovely original background by Punda. Thank you very much for your lovely work. I've seen this one a few times, actually. It's been played a few times, which you love to see.
Yeah, honestly, a phenomenal map as well. I mean, the map looks just so fun to play. It's got everything you want in an alt map, right? It's got some of those really challenging sections, some of those, really challenging flowing sections, but then also a good bit of the aim a little in between that you'd have in, those really funky alt maps. This map contains it all, and it's just so fun to watch me play. We've seen disgusting scores come out of this, and I feel like, again, another opportunity for another case of it to happen here. This is one of the rare occasions, I would say, I wouldn't actually be too surprised to see a full combo come out on this from someone, but it would still be insane to happen.
I mean, compared to that last one, this one surely is a more comfy style. But the sort of ult-heavy style and that snap aim for this long is still going to be a challenge. The way it's been going, though, wouldn't be surprised to see this come down to just consistency between the players involved.
Yeah, that consistency test with these players is honestly a terrifying thought because they're all so consistent. We've seen it already in this match. I mean, we saw it in that free mod 1, the consistency that especially the Mrekk and Tuna have when it comes to a lot of the maps, but instead of being on the hidden, they are brought to that hard rock, and we've seen them bring in some crazy scores, but I'm intrigued to see how this actually goes for it. First quarter, no major faults just yet. Everyone's sitting at very, very solid accuracy. Box and Tuna matched completely. Karcher just a bit behind on the 98% accuracy, but still doing it very, very well. And it's just going to come up to those breaks if they do happen.
Into the first key eye here, and nothing really to report. Just the act difference, which is basically not really worth talking about at this point. And there we go, it swings right back. No breaks to report, though. But there goes Karcher, just to say that. First blood goes to Team Blue. The Aussies in the lead.
That is an unfortunate break to happen because that is just going to give such a good opportunity for the Australians to just start bringing that score lead further and further in their favor. As you can see it skyrocket, it went from 10k to 50k so quickly. But Tuna is going to try and hold on, being the bastion for their team, just to try and keep the Australians in check. But when they're on 2 full combos to that one, it's going to be hard to keep them in place.
Gonna be able to bring back a little bit of that multiplier in this easier part before we get into some more spice. FlyingTuna is still threatening though, and he's been playing so well this matchup, right? So if Box and Mrekk find a slip, Tuna has a good chance to still be holding then. I think Bancho's having a moment there. Hopefully it's not a DC. That seems like quite a long one. We'll see.
Oh, let's hope it's not a DC because these scores have already been insane. I don't want to salad by an unfortunate disconnect, but it seems the hold is going on. Tuna unfortunately does go down.
Both of them do, actually.
Oh, that's not ideal. No, its Secret Box is still holding as well. Still on that combo game. 1.1k combo across. Accuracy actually also now taking the full lead, and I think
at the moment, I do think Mrekk might have DC'd. I mean, we'll double check from the ref, but that doesn't look good here for Mrekk. I suppose we'll see. We'll see how it goes at the end of this one. I think we'll hold tight. Does look like a disconnect though, which is a shame.
It is a shame, but they do still seem to be holding the lead of 157k somehow, which is honestly a testament to that combo.
It is funny though that even with the DC, they're still winning because Secret Box is still full comboing.
Just on his shoulders, the combo continues to go. Honestly, just go for it, man. Just go for the full combo. Add another one to the list that we've had now so far. Even through the doubles, not a problem. The triples, not a problem. Oh, the slider catches him out at the end of that, the follow point section. But I don't think that score lead's going to close to like 150k towards the ending. But another miss comes out, and the recoveries, it might start to shift, but nowhere near enough in time.
Nah, it's too late. It's too late. Obviously, we'll get word from the ref about what we're going to do here. That looks to me like Team Red won anyway, because Secret Box is just cracked, apparently, with 900k. And the breaks there right in the middle of the map actually hurt Team Blue a lot. I guess we'll see what the ref wants to do, though. Well, hold tight, see what happens here with Mrekk's DC, it seems.
Oh, no, apparently he is heard. Bancho just said no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
he
good.
also got 700k. Oh,
that's good. Okay, so it was just Bancho being Bancho. It's fine, there was no DC. That's good.
Yeah, so that crazy score. I mean, to be fair, even in the worst case scenario that DC happened, Mrekk had 400k at the time, which was enough for them to win that map anyway, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, Mrekk 99.03% one miss, besting Box's accuracy there as well.
Yeah, I mean, as we mentioned at the start of the map, they said that they could do it better, and they've shown that they definitely can, with just a genuinely disgusting score to come out from them there. And they did equalize it. I mean, we were saying that, they were looking like they were starting to slip a small bit, but they locked in again themselves, and that back and forth game has really started now because they get, I think, one map pick each before the chance to see the custom tiebreaker.
Let's see. What do they have in their locker? Both teams have some decent maps left. There's one more tapping pick that could potentially be good for Team Red. there's a good tech map in the tech slot for possibly Team Blue to run away with, or they could go for the staring contest and pick aim 1 and just play some screen jumps for 4 minutes. Pick your poison.
I feel like they should go into the tech pick because I'd be scared going into the aim pick purely because of a certain Australian on the other side. But with it being a team battle, it will just depend on what really happens if they do opt in for that aim 1. But I do think that tech pick is always a solid pick, and also it's a banger map. You always love to see a TB before the TB. Pick the tech 1. Do it.
Go on, I wouldn't be against it. I'd love to see Quantum Entanglement played here. They can have a little bit of a think about it, but I mean, out of all the picks left, that does seem like their best pick.
Yeah, okay, they do pick with tech 1. I was going to say before they said it, as long as they don't pick tap 3, I think they're safe.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the aim 1 is a bit of a toss-up. This is probably their best shot. But as you mentioned, it's a one-person carry map, and it just takes one person on inform to do it. But I think on the basis of the way this matchup's been going, I think Yeongjin Gukbap have looked better on the tech stuff. For the most part, they've looked more consistent as a team. FlyingTuna has been going crazy on one-man carry moments. And this just seems to suit the way this match has been going for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you get one just insanely strong combo on a map like this, and you're getting a strong score lead for it. We saw it happen with, I believe it was Chick, even with Lexus right behind them on also just equally a strong score, but even with one-man combo, you cross that 1,000 combo mark, and it's going to be one hell of a battle to try and fight against that if you're on the other side. So it'll be interesting to see how this map goes. I do on paper give this to the side of Team Blue, but with the way both teams have been playing, on paper no longer matters, because they have all been playing genuinely insane on maps that I would just say would go either way.
Yeah, it's been fine margins. I think we were going into it thinking it might be coming down just the odd miss here and there. The miss counts and everything has been pretty low because the skill cap of these players are crazy. But on a tech map like this, and it's like a very consistently intense one for the most part, like this, it's a very different direction compared to what a lot of stuff we've been playing, right?
Yeah.
This, of course, it's a custom. Background, also custom by Melissa, thank you very much. And mapped by Tynamo, who has 2 maps in this pool, alongside Ascension to Heaven. It's a guest diff, but it's his set.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize that. Oh wait, that's kind of fire. I completely forgot that the whole diff set from that Ascension to Heaven was Tynamo's.
Yeah.
Making a double appearance. I mean, it's Dynamo. You can't blame them. Dynamo's got some banger maps.
It's really interesting to see Tynamo map some tech, though. He's so well known for stream maps. He does some very, very popular ones, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Mixing it up here with some tech, and honestly, he did a pretty good job with it, although it is really difficult. These 1-4 aim patterns and these streams in this are so brutal.
They're so brutal, but they're so good. We need Tynamo to map more tech, because we get more tech maps like this, and you could honestly start getting Tynamo to start mapping TBs, especially if the quality of this map is, because it is so fire, it is so consistent, but it is so difficult, and that's where the fun really starts to kick in. Especially for players like these where, they won't be able to fall asleep on a map like this, because they have to be dialed in pretty much that entire 4 minutes 48. You get these sliders at the intro, and then the map just starts, and it doesn't really stop. You get one break, and that's it. From there, you are just playing straight up tech with a good bit of streams littered in and a good bit of aim, and you see it really does just go like that from the get-go. And early in, you do see a break coming in from Mrekk, but they did have that accuracy advantage, so the score's not going to move too much, but it will start to shift over, especially as this intro continues.
Yeah, some slider cheesing here from a couple of players. FlyingTuna gets the break as well, so it's going to be 1FC to 1 pretty early on. But as you mentioned, it's such a long map, there's plenty of time for this story to unfold.
Yeah, you get more than enough time to do anything. Seeing people actually play that circle slider now confuses me after seeing Chick aim just the slider tick and then just go normal from there. Honestly, it confuses me now. I see that slider and I just think the other way. But, I mean, if you hold the combo through it, you hold the combo through it, and you see that happen for every single one of these players, and that top row right now is still going head-to-head on those larger combos, still on the full combos. Accuracy game right now going towards, I believe, it's individually going towards Tuna with the highest accuracy in the lobby, but Box and Mrekk both close on his tail as the first key eye does kick in.
Yeah, some more of those streams coming out with those high SVs. Oh my, but everyone with combo looking pretty good. Everyone has something to lose on this hard section.
There's so much to lose, so much to gain, but they do just continue to hold on through. This is one of those maps where, you know, we were mentioning at the start, you know, it'd be a one-man band type thing. You hold on to that combo and you're going to bring it home for your team, but every single player is just holding on exceptionally well right now. And it was just the timings of those breaks at the start coming from Mrekk and Tuna that is the only difference in their scores right now, with Mrekk missing earlier to build a bit more combo, but, you know, getting towards this halfway point in this later half, I have a slight feeling that that should change.
And these patterns don't really let up, but at the moment, everyone navigating them so well. There is so much combo on the field, crazy plays from everyone here so far. It's another map where at the very end, some of the streams get really hard. The aim control on them gets pretty crazy near the end. We'll see how many combos survive to that. But that could make a big difference if we get there.
Yeah, it just all depends. And yeah, still holding on to the 2 full combos at the top of the board, which is just insane. I think both players now are getting past the highest combos we've seen so far. Ooh. This whole match, these players on each team have just been taking those top spots on most of these maps, and it's been insane. But I think the only player who is individually standing above them right now is still going to be Malashevsky with 1800 combo, but that may change towards the end of this map.
Every single player has over 1000 combo. There is so much multiplier on the field as we get into the final drop. This could go really crazy here, Torva, as we get into those spicy ending patterns.
Yeah, does anyone break the long stream? I didn't think so, but maybe the cut stream catches someone, but it just doesn't somehow, and they do all get through, but the wiggle stream doesn't even phase them. Getting towards this left half, there's no way this Tech 1 is coming down to that early combo, but Mrekk is the one to find that break. But it isn't traded from the other side. That score lead's going to start declining, but everyone's holding on so strong still despite that. But that score lead is really starting to edge its way over to the side of Team Blue, but Tuna breaks just before it can.
These ending streams are so hard though in this section, and it's a 1v1. It's Box that gets the break. Karcher still has combo, and they take the lead, but can he finish this one off?
Come on, Karcher, for the crowd, for the audience. You've just got to do it, because you have individually taken the best score on this map. With a full combo on this Tech 1 is unreal, bro. How do you manage 3 S ranks on the table, 1 being a full combo? Yeah, 910k is unreal on this map. Just fair enough.
Dude, all these scores are unreal for this map, but Karcher just decided to Karcher over everyone, apparently. As you do. That's crazy. Yeah. The man still got it. Dude never lost it.
Bro's always been here. Always just gonna keep going and always gonna keep being just absolutely insane. Like, they have actually, like, Karcher and Secret Box, I think, are now guaranteed top 3 on that map, individually. And everyone else is so high up there as well, because those scores are unreal. I think we, like, for the four matches I've casted in this round alone, I have seen 6 people cross that 1000 combo barrier, 4 of them being here. That is genuinely insane.
I don't even know. That was just craziness from all involved. Looks like there's going to be a timeout launched here from Team Blue, as their teammate have picked aim 1 for their last pick in this matchup. They're not opting for that remaining tapping pick. They're going to go into the screen jump heavy aim map. What do you think about this one, Torva?
I think it's a solid pick. I was expecting the tap 3 to be picked into, because it was 220 BPM flow aim. You know, you've got a player like Secret Box who will absolutely thrive like no one else on a map like that, and a team that will definitely bring in a good backing score, but I'm not surprised at the aim 1 either, because the same goes the other way. You have a player like Mrekk, who is the best aim player in the game, and you can put them against, you know, someone who may be confident on aim, but there are levels to it, and you have got teammates who will also bring in a very solid backing score. So I'm not too surprised with it, but this one feels like it can get a bit closer than hoped.
It could be. It could be. I do agree. I think that if they're confident on the aim, like this map particularly being low BPM pure screen jump, which is quite an uncomfortable style of aim map, you got to be very confident in your aim to do it. And they do have the players that are very confident in their aim. You know, maybe a bit more confident, but you know, these guys are ready for anything aim related. I'm still a little bit surprised to see them not opt for the tapping, but maybe the way the tapping's been going, that's been under threat, and I guess that being more of a flow aim map probably suits players like Karcher and that are excellent flow aim players. So I do actually agree that this is probably the better of the two main choices. It's a custom, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a custom. Yeah, a custom map by. I'm so bad. I get scared trying to pronounce all these names, and I'm sorry. Lampuver Bill, I believe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but still, thank you for making the map. Phenomenal custom map, and the background and the video for this map, but unfortunately we don't see videos. But the background art is done by Frog Smile. Phenomenal piece of work.
Hell yeah. Adorable little video. I love the attention to detail to do a little video with it as well.
I need to watch the video after this. I only just realized there was a video to it. I need to go see it.
Yeah, it's like an animated version of the background, basically, with the little van driving along the road.
Oh,
it's
so
really
cool.
adorable, actually. Yeah, it's really adorable.
Oh, hell yeah. I just have that as, like, my second monitor's background. Just have it just chilling there.
Yeah.
It's so nice. The artworks from this, I can't get over how insanely good the artworks are for all of this. Like, this tournament have been. It's like a nice addition to such an already amazing thing.
It's match points still for Yeongjin Gukbap. Last pick, though, goes to the Aussies on Team Red, opting for the aim. Can they take this to TB? Let's see.
This is the go big or go home moment. Australians have to bring this point back to try and secure TB, or they will find themselves in that losers bracket. And not a position that many teams like to find themselves in, but one team at the end of the day will have to do that. But this map is definitely one of the ways to, you know, start getting yourself going there for this. And it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Going into the first set of major jumps on the map, and you can just see the distance between those notes is just absurd. And Mrekk is actually the first one to find a miss, but it is quickly traded by the side of Karcher. So now it is on Tuna and Box to hold those full combos.
Bit more of this Ki to go. Big jumps coming out there. Both of those FCs hold it, so it's still dead even. Bit more to go though, doesn't really let up. Very consistent on the aim this, it doesn't really stop for 3 minutes.
You do not get a break with a map like this, and a secret box unfortunately does go down, so it is now on Tuna to hold onto the combo. Full combo through that first third, 460 combo and building. You do have the recoveries coming in from Karcher and Mrekk, but right now that score lead is going to be sitting pretty comfortably on the side of Team Blue. 50k margin to work with, and still got the combo to go with, and the accuracy as well of 99.73. But the consistency required to hit these full screen jumps is otherworldly, and Karcher is going to find a miss, but that's not the player that Team Red need to miss. It is going to be Tuna that has to hold on if they want to bring this match to a close.
Yeah, it's all about Tuna right now with that FC. Through this next Ki, and that's clean as well from him. He's been playing so well today. And he looks like he could be clutching this one out as we crest the halfway point. Mrekk with another break there. They are in trouble now. The Aussies are in deep water here. FlyingTuna is looking to strike.
Yeah, this is now looking quite scary, but FlyingTuna does find a few misses there, which isn't going to be helping much, but there's only a third of the map remaining, but there was quite a few misses. I think it was 4 misses, one of them on the burst, and another few on, a few on the burst and one on the jumps. But it is Karcher on the recovery, which is going to be helping keep that scoreline in check right now. 100k coming towards that last quarter. Secret Box is on that combo to try and fight back, but unfortunately does find the break. I'm sorry if I cast you, but it is looking a bit scary now for the side of the Australia side.
Yeah, Box needed to hold that through the last Ki. It was a big ask, and unfortunately not going to be the run for him. Karcher with the combo through that last Ki as well was huge. Just puts a nice little bow on this one here. For Yeongjin Gukbap. It's going to be the win for the South Korean team, and it looks like they will be the ones that will be in the winners bracket final here, Torva. Team Red beat Seed 1 last time, but they will not be in the winners bracket final.
That's a scary thought to deal with. They have to go fight all the way through once again. A genuinely insane performance from both sides, but Tuna on this map and Karcher as well, especially when it came to the ending, bringing in an insane amount of firepower. That 828 combo to shut down everything else. Phenomenal performance from Tuna, and especially the rest of the team as well.
He is brilliant to a player for Yeongjin Gukbap. FlyingTuna had just one of the games of all time on his side. So good on those hidden picks, clutching most of the maps he came in for. Karcher with a brilliant attempt on the tap 1 as well. Stands out for me. But honestly, just a great team performance here. Box did extremely well on some of the maps on his side as well. Cloppit clutching so hard on some of those tapping maps in the early goings of this. But they will be having to fight in the losers bracket next week.
Yeah, sending a team like... The teams in this losers bracket right now are absolutely insane. You have, you know, the team of Malashevsky, you know, Avaxa, Eka, and Miloj, who were sent to the losers bracket by the Australians, now having a chance, I believe, to just maybe bring themselves back up, or just having to have that fight again is going to be a terrifying sight, to say the very least. But honestly, I do think this win is super deserved, especially with the performances they brought out. Again, I mean, especially that Tech 1 score. Oh my god. That's a score that I think will live in my mind for a very long time.
That's great. Honestly, that was definitely the map of this matchup.
Yeah.
I have no words. That was just cinema. It was absolute cinema, as they say.
Yeah, that actually almost made me speechless for just that insane performance, but it is what it is. What can you really do when a team like Team Blue really turn up that firepower? They just played so phenomenally for that whole match, and honestly, just another congratulations, and I would give them a round of applause, but my microphone doesn't pick it up, so you get a vocal round of applause from me.
You have to imagine the claps all around for Yeongjin Gukbap. They'll be awaiting the result of 3 Old Men, 1 Cat versus I Forgot, because the team name game is strong here in Battle of the Box. I don't think they've played yet, if I'm not mistaken. Whereas I believe the Aussies dum bop will be waiting for the result of Gustav versus Fernand Flu, which we're going to be seeing later on, the Latin American showdown later on. They'll be watching that one.
That'll be a good match.
With interest, I'm sure.
Yeah, that'll be a fire match, to say the least.
Hell yeah. So, of course, we have plenty more happening in Battle of the Box this Easter Sunday. Hope you're having a lovely Easter, by the way. Hold tight. 1500 UTC, which is in about 1 hour 40 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, will be the other semi-final match between 3 Old Men, 1 Cat and I Forgot, who will be facing Yeongjin Gukbap next week. I think we're all done here, aren't we, Torva? That was another crazy match. You've had some good games this week.
Yeah, I believe that is all. Yeah, genuinely some phenomenal matchups we've had. I mean, you just can't get better than these matchups. I mean, my head wants to say things, but it can't bring the words forward because they've just been that insane. And I'm happy I've got to witness a lot of these. Thank you for joining me in the casting side of Doomsday. It has been an absolute pleasure once again.
So good, mate.
Of course, thank you to Ski, our lovely referee, for, you know, reffing the match, and Flapjack, of course, for streaming it. Thank you all. I believe that is all we have for you so far. Of course, again, that other match in about 1 hour and 40 minutes, so do make sure you show up to it because it will be a good match. And I believe that's it. So have a good day, enjoy your Easter, and we'll see you soon.